What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at best meta players in every single position. We've got three different budgets. Low, medium, and high. Basically infinite kind of middle value and the lowest of the low. With keepers, we've kind of gone a little bit, well, to be honest, I would say a little bit more, but to be fair, Donnarumma's coming in at around about 20k as of recording. I think that's pretty low for a keeper, especially when you can get a gold 87 rare that is normally very good in the game, and most definitely on the second account he has been fantastic. Naturally with stats, I tend to just kind of really go over goalkeepers very quickly, as you kind of just get a feel for the one you like. Donnarumma with cross claimer, rush out, some relatively nice stats, and the lowest on the list out of the three. We then have Courtois, not too much more expensive, coming in at around about 70,000, I believe. Again, controlled lengthy left foot, some decent stats, and has instead far throw and cross claimer, missing out on the rush out. And I think a great suitable mid keeper in terms of gold. Probably the best goalkeeper we've got. And then finally, Van der Sar. Number one in the list. The most expensive goalkeeper at this moment in time. Again, stat-wise, doesn't look as impressive compared to when we look at these. Like in terms of what we've got. He really never looks absolutely amazing, but he always is fantastic. Same traits or same styles as Courtois, and to be honest, it just does what's on the tin. The best goalkeeper in the game. FC24 is here, and Sky Coach has all your needs covered. From squad battles, champs, qualifications, and even now draft boosting, there is a long list of services they do give, as well as coaching, and also the big one everybody wants in FC24 coins. The service is fast and reliable, and you will get your coins, your boosting services, or obviously coaching in a matter of hours. If you do want to get any of these, make sure you head over to skycoach.gg, go onto the website, and when you go to checkout, make sure that you are using the code JT11 at checkout for your 5% off your orders. And if you'd prefer to do this on mobile, check out the screen right now with the QR code for their mobile app. Then we move on to right back. So we have got each an individual position. Right back, left back, centre back, all have, well, centre back and striker have 2 per one. So they have 2 low, 2 medium, 2 high, as there normally is at the minimum 2 positions. But a low one for me is going to be Trent. I think about 7,000-8,000 coins. Mainly not necessarily for his pace. I think that's quite obvious for everybody. But what he does have is a beautiful long ball pass plus, and also the whipped pass. Meaning if you do manage to get an overlap, or even just above, say we're looking kind of edge, say going down the byline, not necessarily on the side of the opponent's box, but just a little bit back from that, kind of where we saw a lot of Beckham's free kicks for crosses. That is going to be a perfect position to whip a ball in with him. He's got the curve, he's got the accuracy, and most definitely can whip one in. I do find his defending to still be very good. Yes, times there might be pace issues with him, but if you've got a good centre-back next to him, he is more than capable and is very good on that overlapping sort of crossing, really. And you do have to have a striker for it as well. But he's going to be my cheap player. We then move up one to Kyle Walker. I think everybody knew this one was going to come. Again, another phenomenal right back that you can go for. Unfortunately, can't be a centre back yet, which would have been a really nice alternative position for him, but they've just not given him, mainly because 90 pace on a centre back would be absolutely nuts. Great defending and physical, especially with a chem style on him. If we look at something like an anchor, he is going to be beautiful. The only thing really with this card is going to be more the composure side of stuff, but as a starting middle tier sort of card, I think he's definitely doing the job. Does have jockey, rapid, and also long throw if you were interested in the styles. And then we go to number one, which is going to be Carfu. We managed to get a beautiful loan of him on the second, and he is absolutely brilliant. As you can imagine, pace is good, defending's phenomenal, dribbling, even passing's got a good element to it. He is just a wonderful right back, coming in at a very top end price. Flair, Travella, and Playstyle Plus for Relentless on him. One of the Playstyle Pluses that I do recommend for fullbacks, as well as maybe having that kind of overlapping style or maybe something on the defending. The Relentless is great for the fatigue, especially this year when, of course, everybody is running down the wing at the moment. I don't know about the Elite Division side of stuff and pro players, but in terms of kind of going up through the ranks from Division 10 to Division 5 and 4, a lot of people are just going down the wing, cutting in, passing across. So having a right back that does have that stamina is always fantastic. And also another one is Robertson on the other side that does have that. But we have got centre-backs now, so we have got our low-tier centre-backs. We have Gravado and also Stones. So in terms of both of them being Man City, which is just jokes in itself, Gravado is one of the more cheaper options for a lower-rated card, but still a little bit expensive for a natural 82. But I do think he holds a very good amount of stats that you can really get into as a centre-back. Does have the playstyle plus for block. He then has jockey. He has pinged pass, long ball, and power header. Whether you really need the passing too much, it's always a nice option. And at the very minimum, can go left back as well. So there is a multiple or variety of positions that you can whack him in. And I think he's a great starter. John Stones, on the other hand, I think the acceleration really kind of lacks him, but honestly, he plays way above his rating. He does not feel like an 85. His defending is phenomenal. Unfortunately, doesn't have a playstyle plus or many playstyles at best. Just long throwing, which as a centre-back, I kind of don't expect him to have. Can actually play right back as well. You wouldn't want to put him there, to be honest, but he can play there if you really wanted to. So I do think these two are very, very good options and coincidentally can link together. We then move on to the mid tier. We have got Varane, and a little bit more expensive than the mid, but I can't miss out Van Dijk. Varane and Van Dijk are my two centre-backs at the moment, and they are wonderful. Both of them together are stunning. Van Dijk is just the best gold centre-back we've got still to this day, I can imagine. But we have got more getting very, very close now. So there is a lot of centre-backs, and we will do a full video breaking down the defence if you want to subscribe to see that at another date. But in terms of these two, the defending is perfect. The physical is perfect. Pace-wise, both of them got enough. To be fair, they've got better than the low tier, so that is always going to be a nice one. We have got Playstyle Plus Anticipate for Varane, as well as Aerial, and we do have the Playstyle Plus for Aerial, and then a lot more for Van Dijk, which just increases him that much more. I think he's around about 180 at the moment, and Varane is about 85, 90, I want to say, but both of them together are stunning. And we go into the top tier. We've got Lucio 89, as we can imagine, and another one in Maldini's Icon. Both of them have got a playstyle plus. We've got Maldini with slide tackle and intercept and aerial, and Lucio has got block, slide tackle, I don't know why I looked at that one again, power header, acrobatics, and also aerial. Don't know why we want aerial. Well, not aerial, acrobatics. That one for me is not really needed as much. I suppose at the very minimum he can do something in the air if he really wants to. But both of these are of course going to be your top centre backs. Both over 80 pace, 95 defending, 82 physical for Maldini, and 91-89 split for Lucio. It's just a stunning pairing, and the composure on Maldini as well is just to die for. Both of them are top of the top for a reason, and both of them come in at a huge, huge price. Then we keep off with the left backs. We have Rolfo. Honestly, we've not seen the review on this channel. She is stunning on the game. Honestly, the positioning is just everywhere you want. But now she is only about 15,000 coins, a 4-star, 5-star, high work rate, can play left wing if you want. But look at the stats. She has got herself a playstyle plus of Trickster, First Touch, Technical, Quick Step, and also a whipped pass as well. If you can get any of the other Barca ladies, Hansen, Ushala, I want to say she's, I think, the 85 Nigerian striker. We've then had a centre mid in level 30 or level 25 from Squad Foundations, and also Putielas. God, I just know that the name's wrong, but you know who I mean. The Spanish centre mid, there's plenty of options that you can go for, and most definitely she fits in like an absolute glove. Then we also have a step up still in La Liga. We have Ferland Mendy at around about 90,000 coins. 4-star, 5-star again, can play left back, left wing back. Doesn't have a playstyle plus, unfortunately, but has block, rapid, and flair. And again, we know with Mendy what we're getting. You've got options of Tio, Alphonso Davies. You've also got Ferland himself, and there's another one that's escaping me. I cannot remember what his name is. No, he's gone. I can't remember. Ferland, Tio, Alfonso, and I swear there's another one, but let me know in the comments if I'm missing him. It's a very obvious one, I'm pretty sure, but we will see anyway. But Furland is Furland. For 4 or 5 years now, we have known this guy as an 82, as an 81, as an 80 to be outstanding, and he does not disappoint again. Then finally we have Roberto Carlos. It's just Roberto Carlos, really. Managed to get the loan very early on in the objectives, and he is just as good as ever. Over 1 million coins, comes in with his playstyle plus for power shot, which again is not necessarily terrible for him. Long ball pass, whip pass, quick step, or no, rapid, quick step, trivela, and also long throw-in. I don't think he needs too much introduction because naturally he is phenomenal. Great shot power, free kick accuracy if you really want it for a left foot, has a good amount of dribbling, defending physical still being up there as well. It's not like he's taking a massive hit, being more of an attacking wing back. He has still got very good stats as that defense goes up as well. Plus 91 pace at the minimum as well, which is just crazy. Hopefully we do get a bigger upgrade, which would just make him even better. And then we move on to a CDM option. So with the CDMs, so we've got CDMs, CMs, CAMs. They are original positions. So for instance, Tchouaméni is a CDM originally. He can play centre mid, and then obviously with the centre mids, they are centre mids originally. They might all be able to play CDM, CM, CAMs, but as long as their official position was a CDM to start with, that's where we've gone for these. And Tchouaméni, very cheap and very affordable. So easy to link in. France, Real Madrid. If you've got yourself a Ferland Mendy, you've got yourself a link straight away. You go Dembele, you go Kolo Muani, you look at a Mignan in net. There's so many options that you can go with, and I think he fits the bill everywhere. 7 and play styles, we're not going to go through all of them. You can kind of tell which ones they are. He is just an easy unit to get in and around the box. And as you saw them CDMs, because I went the wrong way, Tonali is going to be the mid value. 2000, that is crazy, the year born, which is not even the youngest player in the Prem, so that's just nuts in itself. But again, another great well-rounded card. Again, unfortunately doesn't have that playstyle plus, which hopefully in the future we do get more upgrades with that added. I know Trailblazers apparently is going to change them or add one to them, which again will be an interesting promo to see how that does go tomorrow. But an easy one for Tonali, looks incredible. Very weird to see a very good Italian in the Prem actually current. So I know we have like the Zolas and all of them, but I do think it's very strange. It's nice to see. 86 rated, beautiful card. And as you can imagine, Yaya Touré's got to be the best CDM we've seen so far. Prem Hero, 4-star, coming in at 1,092,000 coins. Again, stat-wise, very much like how I always describe Van der Sar. Looks like he is impressive, but doesn't look that impressive. No over 80 pace, no over 80 defending, good physical, good passing, shooting and dribbling looks semi-decent, but by God, this card is fantastic. Doesn't have the playstyle plus as well, but does have 7 of the playstyles. You've got finesse and power shot, which is always going to be nice. In and around the box, he is just an absolute magician. Absolutely huge, absolutely sensational. Then moving on to some of the centre mids. So we have Grace here. Beautiful card. Maybe only a 3-star, but honestly, if you've been into any sort of higher ranked rivals, I've been seeing her more and more, especially with the links to Diane, a lot of all the other French players, as well as PSG players. You've got your Mbappe, your Kolo Muani. Then if you go into the French players, like we've said, with Mignan, with Ferland Mendy, Tchouaméni, there's so many links that you can go with, but she is in-game solid. Absolutely brick solid, relentless plus on the playstyle, as well as then long ball pass, meaning the fatigue side of stuff is going absolute non-stop, as well as having 93 stamina as well. Absolutely beautiful. Obviously, we could do with the upgrade as we progress through the game, but most definitely it is worth to keep an eye on. And also the left back for PSG ladies has got an inform and again looks stunning. Incredible stats. So she's going to be our low tier for the centre mids. We then go into our man Jude. We managed to get him untradeable. It always puts the loan in first, but we are getting a Trailblazer for him, so hopefully we could see something of a nice upgrade on him, even though I'm hearing through the grapevines that apparently it's just the traits or just the styles that are being changed and actually not the rating. So I kind of do hope that's wrong, because that would be absolutely dead, especially with the names that we've got from Mbappe, Rodrigo, Salah, Jude. I'm pretty sure Ruben Diaz was announced. There's so many big names. To get an 86 Jude, but say with a power shot rather than a relentless, I'm just not a fan of that. I really don't think that's a good move to get into it. That for me is just not going to fly at all. But Jude on himself, 4-4, great centre mid. Stat-wise, again, doesn't look too impressive. I think it's a well-rounded card for the ratings that they are, but in terms of in-game, he's a machine. Runs forward, has the passing, has that fatigue-driven relentless plus, as well as then having technical flair, intercept and slide tackle. He's just a great centre mid all round, and I couldn't wait to get even higher rated of him, like a 90, a 92, because you know full well that is going to be where he really steps up to the plate. And then obviously in centre mid, I know I made a rule for it, but it's Hullet. If it weren't going to be Hullet, it was going to be Matthias, but there is no way I can do this list without having a Hullet in here. And to be honest, even though if I did get a Hullet, I probably would put him up front right now. In centre mid, he runs that game. Having that Hullet, Yaya, Matthias, Vieira, Milinkovic-Savic shapeshifter sort of midfield works each and every time. He's a 4-5, 6-3, can play centre forward, centre mid, cam and striker. Stats are absolutely unreal, and obviously the price is absolutely unreal. He does have the power header plus, which I would like to change, to be honest. I think for me, I would kind of like... What would I like with him, actually? Incisive pass would be nice, but I'd kind of like... Would I like something more defensive with him? Because I do like him as my more attacking centre mid. So maybe something like a finesse or even a pinged pass, maybe. I think it might have been something like a finesse, penalties, but finesse in it. Power shot plus might be the way to actually, because he would get it on the edge of the box quite a lot, and it's just natural. It's Hullet. He's just incredible. And then we move on to some cams. So next up is going to be Donnarumma again, apparently. Nah, I'm just joking. Musiala is up next as the cheaper cam option. 5-star, 4-star, dropping down in price massively. Started at like 80, 90k. We're looking sub 35 now, which is absolutely insane. And again, with him, the stats, again, don't look necessarily incredible for the shooting, but dribbling looks brilliant. Pace could do with the upgrade. You whack a hunter on him, you're absolutely sorted. Does have the technical playstyle plus first touch flair and also trickster. And I think in general, he is one of them absolute kings in the cam for a gold card. Takes over Muller's role, unfortunately for Muller's likings, but he is an easy, cheap option you can go for. Into the middle, we're looking at Seedorf. To be honest, I was struggling with the cam in the middle slot because there really isn't a kind of middle player. It's more low or high. That is about it, because you've got your Bernardo Silvas, you've got your Bruno Fernandez's, but then there's no kind of 50, 60, 70, 100k sort of cam. You've got Messi, but as a centre forward. Hint, hint. So I think Seedorf would be my option as a cam, looking at the middle sort of option. A 4-4, 5-9 cam, right mid, left mid if he really wants to. You're going with the hunter with him. He has that strength as well as then the passing, dribbling, and already having a good base layer of shooting as well. All you need is that finishing up, and he does have the beautiful power shot plus trait, as well as then dead ball, incisive pass, and technical. A very easy option for an icon, and I don't think he's that expensive at the minute as well. But the best one is obviously going to be Pele. There is the two options, because when it comes to Pele, normally he was that centre forward role, but as he goes into normally his prime, he does drop it back down to a cam, which unfortunately has taken Zidane out. Whether you'd count Pele as a striker because he can play it, personally as a cam that is his position, we have gone with him because naturally Pele is sensational. Endgame to the absolute max. You get any of the top icons this year, Ronaldo, Cruyff, Ronaldinho, Pele, Henry, they are all endgame at a certain point, depending on where they go with these upgrades, because it's going to be very difficult to get them. We are looking like we're not getting an unlimited base icon upgrade at the moment, so it's just going to be potentially a max. I think 86 was in the codes, but I can't remember seeing it now. But whether we don't get the chance of Pele yet, it just comes further and further away. He has got finesse, power shot, incisive pass, trickster, quick step, and also the playstyle plus for technical. Then we move on to the left side of stuff. Diaz actually is really good. I must admit, I wasn't a big fan to start with. Like, looking at his general stats, there is better options for cheaper once he came out. Now he's started to drop down a heavy amount. A 4-4, left wing, great pace, shooting with a good base, maybe not as much balance, but most definitely everything else is looking good, as well as a solid amount of passing, nothing crazy there. Technical flair, quick step on the styles, a very quick left wing that you can get up and down the wing very, very easily. We then have the mid one in the inform Kvaratskhelia, a beautiful 5'5", 87 rated now, 6 foot, can be right wing as well if you really needed him to be. But I think in terms of stats, we're already starting to get up there. Maybe a couple more and we see a proper top end, because he's only, I think he was just over 100,000 coins. Doesn't have a playstyle plus, but has 7 styles that you can use. One of them being finesse, which is always nice. Whether he takes out Son, that is going to be the big question, but Son is a little bit more expensive than him, and he doesn't take out the first role, which is going to be Ronaldinho. Very expensive, very, very meta. Every year he's the same. We know full well, left wing wise, it's Ginola, it's Ronaldinho, even a bit of Georgie Best can play there as well, and you just know that you're absolutely living. As well as Dembele can move to that side also, so there is competition on both of them. Ronaldinho doesn't need too much explaining. The traits are perfect, or styles are perfect, stats are perfect, but the price is just a bit expensive, which kind of just sums up how good this card is. Moving across side, or in fact, moving into the middle, we have our centre forwards. Jota, not a bad card. Very, very starter-esque. I wouldn't really suggest him heavily for kind of like your Division 4s or 3s, because I do think by then you're looking at a very good team that you're playing against. I'd say 8 times out of 10. You might have some people that aren't spending loads of money, but most definitely he can struggle as he goes to the top of division rivals, or even champs, to be honest. But I must admit, a very nice starter team if you are just fresh out, you've only just got Ultimate Team, or you've only just bothered starting playing. In the middle, as we hinted, Messi is going to be there, mainly for that dribbling. Left stick with Messi, fortunately doesn't have the 5'5", but a low work rate. 5'7", left-footed, can play centre-forward, cam striker, but a beautiful dribbler of the ball. Has that quick, just agility side of dribbling there. He does have the technical playstyle plus as well, which does make him fast on the controlled run. And then he has, obviously, the finesse, dead ball, tiki-taka, incisive pass, quick step, and Trivela as well. Just over 100,000 coins, which is terrifying at the same time as just insane to see already. I remember every single year it was like 1 million coins at a minimum for the first month of Ronaldo Messi. Now Ronaldo's 17k, Messi's 100k. I could literally go buy 10 of him, which is nuts to see. Seeing as though I've started up with FIFA 09 with him all the way to 24, it is crazy. But the top end is got to be Cruyff. Cruyff is one of the players that has always escaped my personal package. Moving on. In terms of Cruyff, he is just incredible. A 5'5", he's striker centre forward, stats are just to die for, end game as you like. You just know that what you're getting with him. And that is because he is a massive price as well. But everything is just perfect. The only thing I'd like is maybe a finesse. Power shot would always be nice, but we don't want to be too greedy. I think the finesse, or at least one of them, would be a good one to get as a forward, just purely for the fact that that would be incredible. Just pinging finesses or power shots with Cruyff. It would be an absolute cheat code for him. Now we move on to the right wings. If you have not heard of the trio of Rodman, Alex Morgan, or Sophia Smith and Swanson, then you have not lived yet, because these 3 or 4 are stupid. Absolutely stupid. They are so good, it is crazy. Every Foot Champs team that isn't necessarily the top end has these ladies in them. A 4'4" American, 5'6", with the quick step playstyle plus, some very good playstyles as well. Even got the finesse on her as well. Good pace. Strength-wise, 81, which isn't bad for a winger, especially being 5'6". Normally would expect the strength and especially aggression to be that little bit lower. Dribbling-wise, good. Composure could do with some work, which is fine. And she's even got a bit of shooting. You go with a finisher on her, and she is absolutely crazy. Into the middle, we have Diani. Beautiful card. If you've not tried her out yet, again, 89,000. 4-star, 4-star in Lyon. Does get the links to the centre mid I mentioned earlier with Grace, being France, and also in, what is it? I don't know if it's Ligue 1 Women. The Women's Ligue 1 League. I don't know what it's called. But right wing, right mid striker. A lot of people do start her as a right wing and move her into striker later on. Or vice versa, just keep swapping her out because her finishing is crazy. She has got no playstyle pluses, but she has got technical flair, quick step, and Trivela. And I must admit, if she gets an inform or a special card as well, that card's going to go through the roof. And finally on right wing, Jairzinho. Beautiful Brazilian, only added last year, and he has taken the game by storm. Can play striker if you really wanted to, but I do think for me, Jairzinho's always been a better wing player. His playstyle plus is rapid, has the flair, power shot, trivela, and also quick step, and just an absolute unit going through. And honestly, if you have a right wing that doesn't go as fast as him, then save your coins because Jairzinho's coming to town. And then we move on to the strikers. So to start with, we have Kolo Muani, has been brilliant for me. So cheap now, very easy to get on chem, and very easy to score with. And he's going to be linked with Alex Morgan, as we mentioned, with obviously Rodman. Swanson I don't think made the list from the left wing, but in terms of Alex Morgan, she again is cheap, reliable, great finisher, and just an overall beast in the links of the Smith-Morgan, Rodman-Swanson links. But I do think both of them, I'm personally using Kolo Muani at the moment, using him with kind of the likes of Fati, with Griezmann. They are all very top end, and you could literally use them all. I think Kolo Muani goes into lengthy with a chem style, but doesn't start there. Alex Morgan, I think, just stays controlled, I'm pretty sure. But you have got a left foot and right foot if you wanted to put them together, which is a great cheap link that you can go with, or at least cheap partnership as such. Into the middle, you have Ushala? Yeah, I want to say is that you pronounce it. The Nigerian Barca player, like we mentioned with Rolfo, a great link for anybody, and she is incredibly quick going forward. A little bit more expensive, but a 4-star, 91 pace, 90 finishing, 92 strength. Incredible attributes. The only thing she's missing is a playstyle plus. If that does turn out to be power shot one day, then we're in trouble, because her Hansen, I believe you can put in evolutions for the right wing that can play left wing. It's just a non-stop with that team. Liga F has got some massive potential with some big upgrades coming, because that is going to be a league to definitely look at. I believe for me, it looks Liga F and Liga One women. They look the two with a lot of very talented players going forward into the meta, so keep an eye on them. And then we also have Griezmann next to her, with being about 80,000-90,000, I'm pretty sure. Managed to get him first owner, but we haven't tried him out too much. Just mainly used him in literally that one game so far. But we have seen a lot of Griezmann, mainly because he does have the finesse shot plus. He has got chip shot, incisive pass, technical flair, trivela, and acrobatics also. He's very left stick dribbling orientated. He's not necessarily your run through and just dart around everybody, but in that intricate dribbling of left stick, he is absolutely brilliant. So he is definitely one to go for. And then the final ones, we've got the two best strikers in the game. Maybe debatable, but we've got for Mbappe that needs very little introduction. I think he's coming in now still at an absolute monster price. We are seeing him at, drum roll please, 2.7 mil, down 4%. Technically not the eighth highest rated striker, or 8th highest price striker at the moment, but I'd say for me Mbappe is just incredible. It's Mbappe. He's beautiful. His striking's brilliant, pace is fantastic, dribbling's fantastic, it's natural. And the final one, it's got to be our man R9, coming in at 8.1 million still, 5-star, stats to die for, quick step. They haven't given him the power shot plus, which I'm actually kind of happy with, because if anybody does have him, that would be a cheat code and a half. But that's going to be the players, every position, low, medium, high. Let me know down below if you choose anybody differently. Like and subscribe. Peace.